Hi guys, how are you? This is me Ramanarya and welcome to my channel Ramanarya Geography. If you like my channel, please subscribe it and hit the notification bell so you can get all the latest videos and updates from my channel. So today I will talk about the topic of 9th class. The topic is rotation and revolution. Rotation and revolution are the two primary movements of the earth. Rotation is rotation when earth moves on its own axis. As all of you have seen the spinning top, when we revolve it, it moves on its axis. In the same way, the earth moves on its own axis in the rotation. It takes 24 hours to complete one rotation, and due to this rotation we are getting days and nights, or we can say due to rotation the days and nights are caused. Now the question arises, how the days and nights are caused? So I would like to explain that as earth moves on its axis, one part of the earth is facing sun and other is away from the sun. The portion of the earth which is in front of the sun gets light, and that is the day, and the other part which is in the darkness is having night. So this is the way the days and nights are caused. Now the speed of rotation varies from equator to the poles. Near the equator it is faster and near the poles it is slow. Due to this speed of rotation, some effects occurs, as all the moving bodies on the earth's surface, that is ocean currents, winds, they deflect their way to the right in the northern hemisphere and to the left in the southern hemisphere. Another one is cyclones and anticyclones are also deflected due to the speed of rotation. It affects also the pressure belt and movement of the air on the earth's surface. The bulge of the air at the equator and the flattening at the poles is also due to the varying speed of the rotation. Now some more effects are there. As earlier I told you that the days and nights are caused due to the rotation. In the same way, the temperature varies also due to this rotation. Rotation also determines the direction, as we are saying, as we came to know that earth moves from west to east. So we are getting the directions. Due to rotation, Coriolis force also caused. Now our second movement, that is revolution. Revolution means when earth moves around the sun in its elliptical orbit. Elliptical means in oval shape, not circular. Earth moves around the sun in oval shape. And earth takes 365 1/4 days to complete one revolution. And due to revolution, the seasons are caused. As generally we are saying that there are 365 days in a year. 1/4 we are living, and after 4 years, this 1/4 becomes the one whole day, which is added in the month of February, and that year is having 366 days, and that year is known as the leap year. Now that answer I am giving, that the point I am giving, what is leap year? Means the year which is having 366 days, that year is known as the leap year. And I told you earlier that how the leap year formed. After that, I would like to explain that there are two positions of earth. One is perihelion, another one is aphelion. Perihelion means near the sun. When the earth is at the least distance from the sun, that is 147 million kilometer, and that occurs on the 3rd January. Aphelion means when Earth is at the great distance from the Sun, that is 152 million kilometers, and it occurs on 4th July. The speed of revolution varies. It varies to the path of orbit occupied. It is greatest at the perihelion and it is least at the aphelion. The Earth's revolution round the Sun and its inclined axis changes in the apparent altitude of midday sun. The Sun is directly overhead at the equator on March 21st and September 23rd. These 2 days are termed as spring equinox and autumn equinox. After the spring equinox, the Sun appears to move north and is directly overhead the Tropic of Cancer on June 21st. This is termed as summer solstice, and this time northern hemisphere has its longest day and the shortest nights, and there is summer season in the northern hemisphere. On December 22, the Sun shines overhead on the Tropic of Capricorn in southern hemisphere. This time the northern hemisphere is having winter solstice as the earth receives oblique rays of the Sun beyond the Tropic of Cancer. Thus, the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere and the Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere mark the limit of overhead Sun, as beyond the tropics the sun never shines vertically at any time of the year. The area beyond the Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle are very cold, as the winter here lasts for 6 months and hence the darkness, and summer is very short as sun never overhead. The length of day and night varies according to the season, while the day and night is due to the rotation. On June 21st, the Sun overhead at the Tropic of Cancer and all the parallels in northern hemisphere have their longest day of the year. At this time, the length of the day increases with increase in latitudes toward the north of equator until the continuous daylight north of Arctic Circle as North Pole tilted toward the Sun. On 22nd December, when the Sun overhead at the Tropic of Capricorn, the conditions are reversed, that is, the length of the day increases with increasing latitude south of equator, but it decreases with increasing latitude to north of equator until there is continuous night to the north of Arctic Circle. On March 21st and September 23rd, the Sun overhead at the equator. This time, all the places having 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night all over the world. The seasons change due to the revolution of the earth around the Sun and its inclined axis. When earth moves around the Sun, and if the northern hemisphere is in front of the Sun, this time Tropic of Cancer receives the direct rays and the northern hemisphere experiences summer season, and it happens on June 21st. It is also known as the summer solstice. In the same way, when the southern hemisphere is in front of the Sun, the Tropic of Capricorn receives the direct rays of the Sun, and this time southern hemisphere receives or southern hemisphere experience the summer season. It happens on 22nd December. It is also known as the winter solstice, but this time the northern hemisphere is having winter season. On March 21st and September 23rd, when equator receives the direct rays of the sun, there is spring and autumn equinox all over the world. The days and nights are also equal all over the world. So students, this was our chapter about the movement of the primary movement of the earth, that is rotation and revolution. We will meet again with the new videos, with the new topics. Till then, stay home, stay safe and be happy. Goodbye all guys.